Ward, and it came out strong early. Kovalev landing a ton of punches, 126 punches, the most landed on Ward since he faced Sakio Bika in November 2010. Ward, though, hanging tough, kept battling, getting in some heavy shots of his own. For power shots landed, CompuBox had Kovalev, though, with 78, Ward with 61. This fight was so close. Throughout the whole thing, it came down to the scorecard. All three ringside judges scoring the fight 114 to 113 in favor of Ward. Ward is your champ. Teddy Atlas called this huge.
Teddy, let's go back to the beginning of this fight, because in that second round, Kovalev knocked down Andre Ward with a pretty good punch. Ward got back up and was able to get the unanimous decision. How did he go from that knockdown to victorious?
What do you mean, Harry? That's what champions do. Don't you know anything about boxing? You kidding? That's what champions do. They get off the floor, they come back, and they win. That's what Andre Ward's been doing since he's 12 years old. By memo to you, Ward has not lost a fight since he's 12 years old. He finds a way to win. That's what fighters do. They overcome. They find the way. That's exactly what Ward did all week long on our air. I've been talking about Ward's going to lose early on. The bigger guy, Kovalev. The bigger puncher, Kovalev. The longer guy, Kovalev. The taller guy, Kovalev. He was going to give him a lot of trouble with that right hand and with controlling range. But Ward, as the fight went on, I said yesterday on the air that he would find a way to do what he does. Make adjustments and then ultimately win the fight. He did that. He behaved like a champion. He came from behind, and he won the fight. Very close. No argument either way. 1 point this way, 1 point that way, or draw. But he earned the right to be called a champion again.
Yeah, Teddy, I do know a little bit about boxing, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I didn't mean to offend your analysis all week long. I'm sorry, Teddy. I didn't watch all of it, Teddy. But I did talk to Andre Ward on Thursday, and he told me that fitness would be an issue for Kovalev in this fight. He said that if he got it late into the rounds, he would be able to win. How was he able to take advantage of that against Kovalev?
Some good body work, by the way. You know, going, like I say on ESPN Fights, he put a little water in the basement of Kovalev. He was banging downstairs to the body. And, you know, that doesn't always catch the judge's eyes or the crowd's eyes or, you know, make for excitement. But it makes for wear and tear on the guy who's getting hit to the body. And it started to wear and tear on Kovalev and allowed Ward to make that comeback later in the fight. Again, very close. Both ways. A draw wouldn't have been an argument from this man right here. But Ward earned, I say it again, earned the right to have his hands raised and be once again champion of the world.
Teddy, let's talk history here, because now Andre Ward becomes just the 7th fighter to ever win titles at super middleweight and light heavyweight. 3 of those guys who did it, Roy Jones Jr., Sugar Ray Leonard, and of course, Tommy Hearns. What does this say about Andre Ward in terms of his overall ability as a fighter compared to the class of guys that I just mentioned?
First of all, he's the last U.S. Olympic fighter to win a gold medal. So that says a lot right there. You know, we don't win gold medals anymore. I'm sorry. I wish we did. Andre Ward, again, a pure winner. It's something to be said about the ability to just find a way, sometimes not scintillating, sometimes not with neon lights, but to find a way to win. You know, I use this term on ESPN Fights a lot. It's not just about fighting like a fighter, you know, having the skill sets, but it's about behaving like a fighter. He behaved like a fighter again tonight. And the funny thing, I was talking to one of these guys running around. They got a bunch of guys running around here, you know, these internet guys. I don't know much about the internet. You know, I heard that it's something new that's out there. But these guys run around, they put one of these little cameras in my face yesterday. They said, Teddy, what do you think this fight's going to be like? I said, you know what? This is going to blow your mind. You're going to think I'm crazy, and maybe I'm crazy anyway. But I'm thinking it's going to be like a fight many years ago here in welterweight. Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. And they looked at me like I was crazy. I said, Tommy Hearns, the bigger, taller guy, like Kovalev, he's going to decide you could use that by staying outside, or you could use it by saying, I'm the bigger guy, I'm the puncher, which Hearns was in that fight. I'm going to come forward. I'm going to inch my way. I'm going to be the boss. I'm going to get to him. And that's exactly what Hearns did for the first 4, 5, 6 rounds. And he hurt Leonard early on. But then all of a sudden, Leonard turned it around. He caught him, he turned around, and all of a sudden, Leonard was the guy pursuing the fight. And it was a great fight. I said, to me, that fight is what's going to happen to a certain extent tomorrow night. And that, to me, that's exactly what happened. You had the bigger, taller guy, the stronger guy, Kovalev, pressing the fight, being the boss early, and all of a sudden, the smaller guy, Sugar Ray Leonard, in this case, Andre Ward, turned it around, and he won a sensational fight. And not only does Ward win, but the fans win, everyone wins, and most importantly, the sport of boxing, which needed this very much, they win.
You know what? Our Sportscenter viewers win as well, because we just had Teddy Atlas breaking it down like no other boxing analyst can. And by the way, Teddy, on the internet, you are a huge star. Thanks, Teddy. Andre Ward now 31-0 for his career.
Thank you.
All right, don't forget, that was awesome. Coming up in about 9 hours from right now,